Picture this. It's the middle of the night. You're alone in a foreign country and you signed up for a job that's turning out to be not at all what you thought. You have no friends, no family, just your employers who you happen to be living with. Now something is getting weird. Something isn't adding up with these people. So you do the one thing you can think of. You secretly book a plane ticket, pack your bags, and sneak out under the cover of darkness without telling a soul. Well, except the souls who watch the ordeal unfold on TikTok and become increasingly concerned for your safety. But what started as a harrowing Italian escape took a turn for the unexpected once the truth actually came to light. And trust me, I guarantee the real story is nowhere near what you're thinking. Oh, hi, hello, it's Swoop, and welcome to the dark waters of the Suspool, the place where everything and everyone is sus. Maybe even us. Come on in, the water's fine. I don't know why I was like, maybe even us, like it's ooh, scary. Welcome back, Suspirians. It is great to be back with you. There's been just a lot going on, so much going on. We'll get into it one day. Now is not the time, but I'm just happy to be here. But grab your Aperol spritz and gelato because today we're waiting in the Alto Mare, a Suspool specifically reserved for an Italian summer in Milano. If you're new here, welcome to my second channel. On my main channel, Swoop, I do full-length deep dives, and over here we don't. We dip. We skinny dip into the dark waters of the Suspool where everything is basically unhinged, so welcome to the chaos and the chaos of my mind. If you're into mind-bending, sometimes dark, sometimes twisted tales, subscribe to this channel, bring a towel, tell your friends, and go ahead and send the like button some amore, okay? See if she loves you back. Okay, before we dip into the chaos, I have an embarrassing confession to make. So this one time when I was traveling in Italy, I was shooting principal for my film Send It, and I'm sitting in this gorgeous Italian lunch spot right along the Adriatic Sea, and I ordered a ciabatta thinking it meant sandwich, only to realize I had basically just yelled slipper at the server. Yeah, seriously, like did you know that ciabatta actually means slipper and not bread in Italian? Like this was news to me. And like he stared at me, I stared at him. We're both nodding like something profound had just happened, but I'm pretty sure he went back and laughed at me in the kitchen. And that was the moment I knew I needed help and I needed Babbel. So a huge thank you to Babbel for sponsoring today's video. Babbel has been an incredible supporter of our community. I love them so much. So Babbel is one of the top language learning apps in the world, and I've been using Babbel for many, many months now.
Voi siete.
Voi siete.
Sto bene, grazie.
Here's why I love Babbel. It's super fun, it is easy to use. Their lessons are created by real language experts and they teach you real world conversations.
L'indirizzo.
Got it. You learn how to talk about food, travel, relationships, business, AKA the things you actually want to say, not just phrases like the cat drinks milk. Like, excuse me, no she doesn't. La mia gatta beve vino. My cat drinks wine. Get it straight, honey. She's classy. And if you've got travel plans, or even if you just want to feel that main character energy while saying things like andiamo al mare, let's go to the beach, Babbel has you covered.
Okay, so it has this technology where they'll say words or sentences or conversations, and then you can kind of record yourself saying them back, and they will analyze your accuracy with your accent and give you ways to improve it, which is really helpful.
Il cellulare.
Il cellulare.
L'indirizzo.
L'indirizzo is the address. Anch'io sto bene, grazie.
It's like having this little tiny language coach tucked in your pocket cheering you on the whole way, and it's just on your phone.
Sì, andiamo a mangiare.
Babbel is scientifically proven to help you start speaking a new language in just 3 weeks. Honey, I can't even respond to my emails in that time, but I can confidently say, mi può dire come arrivare al mercato? Can you tell me how to get to the market? We are thriving. Literally, I'm telling you, just download and try it. Like, you won't be able to put it down. And then you'll wake up one day without even thinking about it and say, buongiorno a tutti. And with a 20-day money-back guarantee, è un gioco dei ragazzi. It's a no-brainer, honey. So go ahead, click on my link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen to get 60% off your Babbel subscription. That is such a huge deal. And tell me in the comments what language you want to learn, okay? Whether it's for connecting with family, travel, or even just having fun and impressing your friends, grab 60% off your subscription and have fun learning your new language. Concedetevi, treat yourself, honey. You deserve it. Okay, buckle up and let's dip in to the Suspool. It's dark, it's early morning, draped in the thick sound of whispered voices. In the shadows breaks open a glaring flash, illuminating the face of 21-year-old au pair Ella Catherine in her TikTok post that launched an absolutely wild ride.
I'm sneaking out of my host family's house. Let's go. It's 5:43 a.m.
Now, Ella's post sparked a lot of concern and fear as she documented herself sneaking out of her host family's house in Milan, Italy, and not sneaking out to go party or do something kind of shady or what you might think a foreigner is going to do in Milan. Ella was sneaking out to escape.
Oh my gosh, I'm literally shaking. That was the scariest thing ever. I couldn't figure out how to get past the gate, but I got it. And carrying all these bags, it's kind of scary. I just hope the train comes soon.
So Ella is scared, and the tension, the commentary, I'm a little scared too. Like what would have happened if she got caught? Who would have caught her? What is she running from? What is the situation that was keeping her there? Everybody knows what happens in the movie Taken or even Hostel, okay? We all heard horror stories about people, especially women identifying people traveling alone in foreign countries and just, disappearing. Did Ella just escape with her life and then post it on TikTok? Is this what we're doing now?
Okay, I made it to the airport. I had to take an Uber because the train wasn't coming for another 30 minutes. But I'm at my check-in gate. I don't know when I'll get checked in, but I made it. Thank gosh.
Wow, okay, so it was apparently bad enough that she didn't feel safe enough waiting for the bus to arrive and that she had to, get to the airport 5.5 hours early.
Grazie. Cheers.
But there's no context, there's no explanation, only this huge mystery about what she was running from.
Good. So I'm still sitting here at the airport. I haven't checked my bags because I couldn't check until 2.5 hours before my flight. And I came here 5.5 hours before my flight. So yeah, I've just been chilling.
That croissant looked amazing though, I'm not even gonna lie. At least she feels safe enough to eat now.
Fortunately, didn't get any souvenirs for anyone nor myself, so I'm just taking a little gander at the Italian food. I don't have any room to bring it home though, so I don't know if I'll get anything.
Oh, okay. So now she's shopping. Okay, now I can't speak for everyone, but if I was in a traumatic situation that had me fleeing a country, I don't know if I would really want souvenirs to remember the experience or take the time to go shopping. But sometimes everyone's coping mechanism is different.
I got past security, thank goodness. It's beautiful in this airport. I'm going to find somewhere to sit and maybe have lunch in a little bit. I still don't know my gate, so I can't go anywhere.
She keeps saying that she made it to the airport or through security, thank goodness. I don't know. Is that a saying? I don't know. Because to me, it sounds like she thought that she might not make it. But again, why? We are locked in and gripped here. Why is she posting this, okay? 17 million people want to know this answer.
Update, I got lunch. And I'm doing well on time, so I'll see you when I board my flight out of this dang city. I need to get out. I'm boarding at last. Yay! It's 12:46, so we're boarding late, but that's okay.
Now, I gotta say, the tone shift from the beginning of this video until the end is just kind of dizzying. It went from scared for my life, secret escape, to yummy pasta until I can get out of this damn city. I was when I first looked at the story, I'm like, what in the hell? Why are we here? What are we doing? Oh, but what I do know is something is sus here in the Suspool. This mysterious zero context video has a low-key undercurrent of accusations against the host family. Now, Ella doesn't explicitly state anything in the video, but the implication is that the host family is trying to keep her there against her will, hence the need to escape. Susan, do you know what's going on? I'm just at this point, do we need to throw the host family in the Suspool? Is she in the Suspool? I don't know what's going on. Now, a few days prior to all of this, Ella posted a video exploring Milan.
It's my first full day in Milan. I'm walking by myself to find the Duomo di Milano. I'm super excited. We're going solo today, and then we might try gelato for the first time. Since walking is one of the main types of transportation, there's human stoplights literally everywhere, and if you don't follow them, you're gonna get hit by a car. I've found that out very quickly. See, here's my human stoplight.
Okay, sidebar, a human stoplight is, I'm pretty sure that's just a crosswalk. Like, is she not familiar with a crosswalk? And if you walk on red, you'll be walking into oncoming traffic and yeah, like get hit by a car? This is kind of mind-boggling to me. They say travel is good, you know, to expose you to different things and broaden your horizons, but damn girl, if a crosswalk is exotic to you, there's a lot of learning to do here, okay, Susan? Even you, of all people, know what a crosswalk is, okay? Yeah, that was shade. Okay, you thought that was shade and you didn't like it. I don't care. It was shade, okay? I always got my eye on you, Susan. But anyways, Ella was having a grand old time in Milan.
Wow, it is so crowded. It's currently 2:43 on a Thursday. I'm currently in the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II, I think.
Now I'm gonna pause and give a little bit of context because at this point Ella still hasn't explained like literally anything. So an au pair. Such a fun thing to say, au pair. It's basically a form of childcare where a family called the host family hires someone, usually from a different country, to come live with them for, you know, like a few months at a time. The family offers room and board and usually meals as well as a small salary in exchange for childcare. Now, the benefit of this is that families have an opportunity to have much cheaper childcare, and the au pairs have the ability to travel and experience new places during their time off. It's supposed to be like a win-win exchange kind of a thing. And it sounds like a very sweet deal, but it is first and foremost a job. It sounds romantic and wonderful, but it is a job. But there's also a lot of stories, you know, as we can imagine, about shady stuff happening in these sort of setups because, you know, usually the au pairs are young women and literally we all choose the bear at this point. Can we all agree we all choose the bear? And therefore we all know that some men have a talent for confusing proximity and power with a justifiable reason to be a dick or worse. And that's not to mention all of the, you know, the trafficking news stories and just the overall risk of being targeted in a new country, potentially, you know, because you're a foreigner and you might not like speak the language and you're a little more vulnerable. There's also, you know, like the debate about is it potentially exploiting labor by paying sub-minimum wage and supplementing that with room and board. And I'm not going to deep dive into all of those elements of this case. This is not a swoop doc. But if any of you have had an au pair experience, please let us know in the comments. I would so love to hear your story. Like, just let us know, like, is it worth it or is it just kind of like a shit scam at this point? I don't know. So all of these factors were at play when people watched Ella's TikTok and jumped to the worst possible conclusions as to what was happening. But Ella was silent for days. The internet basically went into a frenzy, fearing for this young woman's safety. And finally, after what felt like forever on the internet at least, Ella posted from her home in Richmond, Virginia. Finally, we're going to have some answers, right? And so she did, as all TikTok creators are legally required to do now anytime something remotely interesting happens in their lives. She uploaded a 5-part story time explaining exactly what happened to her. Okay, what's she about to talk about?
Back in less than a week. And I did my research, so all y'all can zip it. But
not her starting her story time with all of the attitude, okay? You can zip it. I'm gonna start all of these videos like that from now on, okay? Welcome to the Suspool, okay? You can zip it. What are we zipping up about? And why should you maybe take your own advice at some point? Let's find out.
We're gonna start from the very beginning. If you don't know what an au pair is, it's basically someone that goes to live with a family in another country and you either watch their kids, you do light housework, and in return you get food and board. So
I can't get over the fact that she's holding this like Starbucks thing through like all of these. I think it might be the content that she does.
I met my host family on Au Pair World. This is something that I've seen a lot of people do. It's not an agency, so it's not like official. I didn't pay for anything. We didn't sign any contracts, anything like that.
It's not official. We didn't sign any contracts. Are all phrases that I literally never want to hear from somebody when they're talking about signing on to do a job where there's going to be an exchange of something, right? Like whether services for payment or product for payment or literally like, and even a store, you go and buy a t-shirt, they're gonna give you a receipt, okay? That is good, like a contract. That's like a contract of the product, sort of. Okay, that was a stretch, Swoop. All right, but you know what I'm saying. Literally don't sign on to do months long of work in a foreign country without having something like official. That's wild to me.
But that is where I met my host family. Also in these videos, we're referring to them as host mom, host dad, and host child. That's what we'll do. Because we don't need to be getting in trouble. I'm just telling my story, my experience. Okay.
Oh, damn. Well, it sounds like this could maybe get someone in trouble. So it's about to get the juicy, right? We got the TikTok, the 5-part series. We got to deliver the juice. Otherwise, no one's going to be sipping, right? The tea, what you know what I'm saying. And again, the question is, what the hell is happening?
Let's keep it going. So the host mom reached out to me. She said she liked my profile. She wanted to get to know me more, wanted to chat with me.
She really seems like she's enjoying this. I'm just gonna say that. And it's fine, it's fine. Who cares? Who cares, right? Who cares? There's actual real happening in the world. Trust me. But yeah, she's enjoying this. I'm almost like, this is not what I would expect from someone who just fled the country.
I read over her profile, and on there were the things I would be doing. This included waking her son up, getting him changed, giving him his milk.
I like how waking the son up is part of like the job detail that she includes. Like, no shit. But okay, she's thorough.
Walking him to school at 8:30, picking him up from school at 6, so he was in school all day long.
That's wild. So her job, she just has to wake the kid, give him the milk, get him to school. And like not even that early of a time, 8:30 is like not that early. And then you don't have due until 6 p.m. In this economy, that sounds like a great job.
And then heating up his dinner, and then I clean up after dinner. I also had Friday afternoons and weekends off. So fast forward a little bit, we FaceTimed twice. We got along very well. She was very talkative, seemed very nice, and I was really excited. So I then booked my flight to Italy, left for Italy 2 weeks later.
So she had 2 weeks. 2 weeks! She had 2 weeks before leaving.
It was quick. They wanted an au pair as soon as possible. So I gave my work like 3 weeks notice. Mind you, remember we have no contracts. I paid for my flight. So
I don't know why she keeps saying we have no contracts as if that is anything other than not a good look for her. I don't think she realizes that. It's not a good look for you. It's not a good look for anybody. It's not a good look for the employer. It's not a good look for her.
I was supposed to stay 85 days total, so about 3 months. Yeah, so to make this more organized and explain everything, I think I'm gonna break it down pretty much day by day, and I was there for 4 total days. I'm posting part 2 right away, so go check that out.
And make sure you like and subscribe! Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so fun! So she's there on a handshake agreement to stay 85 days, which is kind of that's actually mind-blowing to me. Like, what do you mean you're gonna do 85 days on a handshake agreement? Like, get something in writing, make it a little more official. I know that it can be a little difficult with the international laws and like it's a little harder to like uphold contracts, but just do something, right? Fantastico. And so that's the end of part 1, where we learned basically next to nothing. So girl is really milking this whole thing on TikTok, as you know. Again, it's the law. You gotta milk that on Tik and the talk.
So I arrived in Italy Wednesday, April 2nd at 12 p.m. My host mom met me at the airport, picked me up, and we went back to their house. At this point, everything was good. I was still so excited to be there. We got home, I unpacked everything, and then we sat down to eat lunch. So this is the first red flag. At lunch, she starts ranting to me about her job. Apparently, she had been moved to a different position that was like lower. I like honestly don't know. It was hard for me to understand a lot of the times.
If you don't understand what she's saying, then number one, how do you know that this is a rant? I don't know that this Italian mother just immediately started ranting about her job. But also, what if she did? So what? Who cares? You're You're literally ranting about your job right now and you're making like a multi-part TikTok series. I need the irony of that. I need the irony of that to rest upon thy brain cells and scrub away a little bit of the TikTok rot here. Literally, so just be a listening ear then. Why is this a red flag?
But that was the first red flag. She already started putting her problems, like just ranting to me.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if this is like things that are happening, like the younger and younger people are in like generations, and like, my gosh, Gen Alpha might be cooked. I don't know. I hope not. For the sake of humanity, you putting your things on me. It's called human conversation. If we can't have human conversations, then I don't know what the doing anymore. But I hear this a lot now where people are like, and then they had the audacity telling me some human experience they're having. And it wasn't a pleasant and joyful filled balloons and kittens and confetti and ice cream. And so I just don't appreciate, listen, maybe it's not the best thing for an employer if they start going into like some, stuff going on in their own lives the first minute out the gate, if that's even what happened. It's not the best look, but also we don't actually need to call absolutely everything like these big red flags that are like some big thing. Maybe it's just a human conversation. And maybe this mother who is literally stressed, obviously is bringing in help for childcare and is in what sounds like a not fun situation with her employment, which could be scary for her. Maybe she's just tired that day. I don't know.
And I had just got there. So after lunch, I settle in a little more, and then my host mom tells me to go with the host dad to the store so that I can get some food for breakfast and lunches for me. This is the second problem. This was a huge, huge problem because the host dad spoke no English at all.
Oh my gosh. The host dad, the Italian dad, didn't speak English in Italy. Oh my gosh, all the red flags, cue all of the red flags. Oh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? The guy spoke his own language in his own country. It was kind of maybe your responsibility. You had 2 weeks. You had 2 weeks to start learning something about the language, to start learning some of the basics, even if you got to put it in your notes. You also have a phone and it has things called Google Translate. Or better yet, you could go with today's sponsor, Babbel, who will help you start learning a new language in 3 weeks. You had time to prepare for this, and you're going to a foreign country and you're complaining about them not speaking your language because she's like, this is such a huge problem. Did it ever occur to you that maybe it's a huge problem for them that you didn't try to learn any Italian?
He spoke as much English as I speak Italian, which is none. I can say ciao. This was like one of...
The fact that she's using that as a dig, he spoke as much English as I speak Italian, you're literally in Italy. This is literally your fucking job. They literally hired you to do this. Oh, like, what are we supposed to say? It's the entitlement. It's giving entitlement. It's giving an American entitlement.
Because they needed an au pair because the host dad is gone Monday through Thursday. He travels for his job, so he's gone Monday through Thursday. I was expecting the host mom to be teaching me these things, but instead I go to the store with the host dad. It's quite awkward because it's just silent. He can't speak to me. I can't communicate to him when we're in.
Why is it silent? That's my next question. Why was it silent? Shouldn't you have been asking questions? Shouldn't you have been, if you weren't using Babbel? I love that the timing of it just worked out for Babbel for this video. I'm literally learning Italian with it as we speak. But you have like a phone, I'm presuming here, and Google Translate because you're vlogging and doing all of this shit. So why was it quiet? Why was it silent? Just ask questions. Put in the translate thing. How do I ask for the cost of bread? But this is your time to take some initiative and say, hey, I signed up for this job. I literally only have to take the kid to school at 8:30 and I ain't got shit to do for, what is that? Till 6 p.m. I could do math. 9.5 hours where you don't have to do shit. Maybe you could take some initiative and just like ask questions to make it easier for both of you, because I'm sure he's not feeling like super cool and great as well.
Store, we get the things we needed and we get back home.
Not the So, okay, why is this a TikTok story? What is happening? I am genuinely so confused by this person. I say that with all the due respect that is due. And we'll find out how much is due or is not, or if that's, we need a refund. But I am just confused. I am confusion by this Ella person. I don't. And speaking of Italian, again, I'm just going to say it is giving entitled. Like, you are literally in Italy, okay? Why do you have an expectation of your Italian boss speaking fluent English? Like, I totally get that for, like on the job training that the host mom would be ideal to walk her through everything. But going to the store with the host dad sounds like you could make it an adventure and an opportunity for her to try to learn some Italian. I mean, even the basic Soprassata, gnocchi, tagliatelle, imparare la lingua, learn the language of where you are taking a job. I'm just saying, you flew to the country, learn the language. You could have learned something on the flight. Non è così difficile. It is not that hard. This is literally the type of the entitlement shit that gives American travelers a very bad name. Like, people will literally complain about our multicultural heritage here and refuse to participate and demand everyone speak American, okay? You need to speak American. And then fly to a foreign country and then complain about it being literally the culture of the country and still demand everyone speak American, okay? I promise life is easier if you just learn something about people who are different than you. Shocking, I know. Shocking, I know. We don't have to be entitled about everything all the time. I'm just saying.
When we got home, the host mom wasn't there. I guess she had left to go to work. So it was me and the host dad again. And one of my jobs is picking up the host child from school. Instead of showing me how to use public transport or the way to walk to get to his school, he took the car, which, okay, it's the first day. I'm okay with that. I didn't think anything of it, honestly, but as the story goes on, you'll see the problem.
I'm getting the vibe that Ella is not what we would call a self-starter. Right? I'm not coming for you, but I'm just saying, okay? Some people have it, some people don't. But I also understand that, when it comes to taking care of a child, Ella doesn't want, to risk getting lost. So I completely understand that. So, what do you think? Guisto or inguisto? Let me know in the comments below.
When we got home, I played with the host child. We were playing blocks. The host dad tried to show me how to heat up his dinner, which it was very difficult because, again, there's a language barrier and the stoves, the oven, everything is different in a different country. Now,
I think my favorite takeaway so far from this golden nugget of overflowing brilliance is, and I quote, everything is different in a different country. No, Sherlock, but honestly, okay, Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel upside down and you can't figure out how to warm up a meal. I fear there are bigger problems at hand if you are presenting as an adult who is supposed to be responsible for caring for a child in a foreign country. You did sign up for this, but no shade. I don't really care that much. You put it on TikTok, so we're gonna talk. We're gonna take it, we're gonna talk.
After the host child eats, I'm still playing with him. Host mom says she gets off of work 7:30, 8 at the latest, and we'd eat when she gets home, and she'd be cooking dinner for us every night. But about 9 o'clock, the host mom gets home from work. She doesn't seem happy about work and about her situation there. But I still didn't pick up these cues until a few days later.
I still didn't pick up these cues about the mom not loving her job. I'm just kind of what the hell are we doing here? And why do I feel like this mom wasn't ranting on the first day like this? What if she just speaks very matter-of-factly and you don't understand the tone of voice because you haven't even tried to learn anything of the language? That is a possibility. It could be a cultural thing. She could just have a loud volume to her. I'm just saying because I kind of feel like Ella has a tendency to exaggerate someone else's actual tone, and you will see why later, for the sake of coddling her comfortability. She loves being comfortable. And beyond that though, since when the hell is a person not liking their job some kind of massive red flag alert? And just wait a damn minute though. You've been on the job for literally just a few hours and you're already complaining about your job. So should we call the red flag guy in on you?
Hey, pal! Hey, sport! What? I am more frustrated than a vampire sucking on the Kool-Aid man's neck! Okay, I have prepared a list of questions for you. Please respond at your earliest inconvenience. Who do you think you are?
And I'm just, again, what's with Ella nitpicking that the dad was the one who made dinner, not the mom? Just because Ella had expected, the mom to be doing that, it turned into a big deal for some reason? Like, did you get food in your belly or did you not? Like, are we now angry that women are out in the workforce and men are at home cooking? Like, where's the flexibility? And I'm just also like, she might be the first person in the history of ever to complain about an Italian man cooking them dinner. I'm just saying. If an Italian man offers to cook you dinner, you say yes. Yeah.
After I did everything, I thought I was good to go to bed. It was pretty late at this point, but I said I was going to bed and she told me I needed to come bathe the host child. Which, one thing about me, I'm not good with confrontation and I am not good at like sticking up for myself.
What? Where's the confrontation? Guys, let me know in the chat. Am I missing something here? Is there a reason for there to be confrontation when the host mom is asking you to do your literal job? She did say when she was talking about the job description like earlier, she literally said that her responsibilities again, the 8:30 get him to school, do the milking and the burping and all that, and then you get him, then at 6 p.m., you're with the kid for a couple of hours, they're making the food for you, you eat the food, you don't even have to prepare the meals and then like she cleans up everything and that's it. So maybe bathing the child is incorporated in the whole cleaning up everything. I think that probably also means the kid, right? Okay, you clean the dishes, you clean the kid, you go to bed. You could literally just like not have confrontation and have an adult conversation. Oh, I didn't know that was part of the job description. Is this something that you will be expecting of me as we move forward? And if they say yes, then you say, okay, this is duly noted. And if not, then cool.
So that was one of the issues as well, and that's on me. So I did it. I gave the host boy a bath. She like showed me how to do it, although I know how to bathe a child. She was just very particular about everything. Like everything had to be done her way, or just like you might as well just not even do it. So that was
I can't imagine a world where you would shame a mother for instructing someone on how to bathe the mother's child. Are we actually out of our minds? This is a little unhinged. What do you mean I know how to bathe a child? So? What's that got to do with anything? This is the mom. This is the mother's child. The mother has hired you to do a job. The mother is perfectly within her right to show you how she would like her child bathed. That could be very sensitive stuff. The mom's going to be like, I want to make sure that you're doing this appropriately. I want to make sure that I am not going to be uncomfortable as a mother with the way you're handling my child in the bathtub, in the nude. Okay, there's a lot of factors here. I would actually, if you were an au pair, I would think you would almost expect and request that the parent shows you how they prefer you handle bath time with a child, because again, very sensitive shit. My gosh.
my first day. I finally went to bed. Part 3 should be up now, so go check that out.
Like and subscribe. Oh, Ella. L-O, Ella. Whatever will we do with Miss American Ella?
The host dad doesn't speak English. And, like, the host mom, she, like, her English is just, like, okay. And, like, the kid doesn't speak English. And, like, this was, like, a big red flag for me because, you know, I am American and I'm going to another country and it's just an expectation that I have that everyone around me can speak English fluently so that I can communicate and do the things that need to be done.
Now, one thing that I do agree with Ella on is that she is not good at confrontation. But what Ella calls standing up for herself is probably more about her not being able to take constructive criticism from her employer when being asked to do her literal job. Seems, you know, to be a problem with a lot of working people these days.
What? I can't understand you. I can't understand you. You want me to take care of the kid? Ugh, why did you even have a kid if you were gonna get me to take care of it?
Fear not, Desperians, because there's a part 3 for us to unveil.
Part 3 of my highly requested story time on how and why I had to sneak out of my au pair family's house in Italy. Thursday, April.
The way every single thing is framed as how and why I had to sneak out. Had to sneak out, I had to escape. And we still don't know why.
April 3rd, my first full day in Italy. I woke up, got ready, went to the kitchen so that I could learn my morning tasks, what I'm supposed to be doing. I got up around 8 and the host dad and the host child come out into the kitchen. The host dad gives him his milk. Again, this is the problem. The host mom is the only one that speaks English here. The host dad speaks as much English as I speak Italian, which is
none.
I need you to understand that the problem is you in this situation. Yes, would it be ideal if the host mom who speaks English was the one doing the training? Yeah, absolutely ideal. So, yeah, no, okay. I'll give Elisa points to that in regards to like, you know, it's not ideal. I can understand that being frustrating, but at the same time, this is what the family has chosen to do for the job that you are there for. You're gonna have to roll with it. You're gonna have to be flexible. You're gonna have to pull out that Google Translate and figure it out.
Host child doesn't speak English either. The host
We're not talking about this 3-year-old baby speaking English. Come on, stop it. Stop it, Ella.
dad is trying to show me how to do these things, but there's this big language barrier here. So this is why I just didn't understand why she couldn't have been helping me.
Maybe she was busy. Maybe she had other things that she had to do. Maybe she was just totally burnt out. Maybe the mental load of motherhood and everything else and her job was just frying her, and she's just trying to get by. It's okay to consider someone else's perspective sometimes.
I got him his milk, didn't show me how to heat it up, didn't show me how much I'm giving him, nothing like that. And the host mom was still sleeping. The host mom ended up getting up at around 8:20. By the time we were ready to leave to take him to school, it was late and we had to take the car again, which I still needed to learn how to use the public transport and or to walk the directions to get there. So we drive, take him to school. It's awkward, it's hard to communicate, but I do it. And then...
Oh, you good Samaritan, you. It was hard to communicate in Italy with this Italian-speaking man in Italy.
When I returned home, I decided to take a little nap. I was still jet lagged a little bit. So I took about a 2-hour nap and I wake up to the host mom texting me, "Hi Ella, where are you?" So I get out of bed, I go into the kitchen and she's there. Also, I didn't understand this because I thought she was supposed to be at work. Like the things she says just aren't adding up.
What do you mean they're not adding up? Why does everything, there's this weird subset of people. There's this like subset where like everything's gotta be like a red flag or it's not adding up. And it's like, or maybe the mom's schedule is just a little flexible and different. Maybe the mom came home from work earlier. Maybe the mom took the day off. Maybe the mom was running an errand. Maybe the mom had to stop. I just literally, what do you mean things aren't adding up? It's literally, number one, actually kind of none of your business. It's kind of none of your business why the mom is there. It's her house. You can be there if she allows you to be there. What do you mean in the middle of the afternoon in your job, you got to take a 2-hour nap and you're complaining? No, the entitlement is entitling all over the place. And I don't know if I can handle it. The au pair's first and main priority is helping the family. And for Ella, it seems like she kind of lost the plot. Okay, we've lost the plot a little bit. You know, boundaries at work are very important. Obviously, for sure. Yes, we applaud those. But it's like Ella went into this without really understanding the needs to be flexible as well. Because families with children, they need to be flexible, okay? Children do things that you didn't expect. Things come up, work, job, all these types of things come up, right? And that does not automatically mean that there's some conspiracy against her or she's being taken advantage of now.
So she tells me that I should go walk around. So I'm like, okay, let me just get out. So I make myself some lunch and then I head out. This was my first full day in Milan. I did a vlog on it, so you can go look at that. You can see that I'm very happy. I was so happy when I was out of the house. I loved exploring the city I was in and I loved meeting new people. But when I was in the house, I felt like trapped. I felt uncomfortable. It was just not what I was expecting at all.
Wait, you felt uncomfortable doing the job that you applied for? Your job is literally to be in the house with the child. What the hell did we expect here?
What is happening in here? What are you doing?
Getting my ducks in a row.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
They shouldn't all be in one basket.
And I'm assuming you're breaking the ice? Really? That's great. This is not a real meeting. Who is this for?
It's for the stakeholders.
I just literally, y'all, okay, first of all, I'm just gonna say, none of this is that deep. None of this is that deep right now, okay? We're just having a giggle. Any of y'all have felt this way? Sometimes I swear that the word uncomfortable might be the most debased word in modern language. Just because you're uncomfortable doesn't always mean someone is doing something wrong to you. Sometimes it just means you're out of your damn element and it's not other people's job to make you comfortable in the situation you created. It's your job to milk and bathe the child. I swear some people be so comfortable misreading other people that you forgot to read the room. And that makes me uncomfortable, okay? Let's continue.
So when I got home, again, we drove to pick up the boy and I was with the host dad again because the host mom had gone to work later. Don't know why. We got home.
Did you really just say you don't know why the host mom went to work? Is this what we're doing now? Is this what we're doing? We're judging mothers for not cooking dinner because the husband is. We're judging mothers for wanting to instruct the au pair how to bathe their own child. We are judging mothers for being in their own house, and now we're judging mothers for going to work. I don't understand this. What is happening? Okay, sorry. My voice carries multiple decibels and octaves sometimes, okay? I'm an alto, but also a mezzo-soprano, and sometimes a soprano if I'm really just feeling unhinged.
The host dad tried again to show me how to make his dinner, and then after he eats, we go into the living room, hang out, and the host dad goes to pick up the host mom from work. This is like 8:30 at this point. They get back at like after 9:30. He doesn't have a far commute to work, so I was very confused about that part.
That is so wild that you think any of that is your business. Like, you're there to do this job. Your hours are so easy. You have 9.5, it sounds like 9.5 hours in the middle of the day to just not do anything. And you're complaining about the commute. Why do you even know the commute? What is why are you in their business? Why are you in their business? Just do your business. I get it. Who cares? But you know.
Like, where did they go? Why did they leave me alone with him so long? When like I'm just learning and I barely learned anything because of this language barrier.
He is 3 years old. He's like between 1 and 3. Barring, things like, food allergies or disabilities or that type of thing. One thing I do know is taking care of children is fairly universal. You were alone with this child for like an hour or an hour and a half. This is so unhinged to me.
To give him a bath again that night, which is fine. I would have done it and been happy doing it if it was what she had said I would be doing. But instead she said I would be cleaning up after dinner while she gives him a bath because she wants to spend time with him because she's at work all day. That was day 2, but my first full day.
Okay, so that's a little more clarity. If she wasn't expecting you to do the bath, then she's allowed to be like, oh, why am I doing this bath thing? And you didn't say that was part of the job description. I can understand that being like a little, you know what I mean? And then you just kind of flex with it, because also one thing that Bella's going to have to learn in this world is when you are working a job, there will be things expected of you that you didn't initially know were going to be expected. She says she has no problem bathing the child. I can understand if someone was like, I had no idea that I was going to be handling someone else's child when they were like nude in the bath and I'm just not comfortable with that. I can understand that, but she's not saying that. She was like, I know how to bathe the child. I'm fine doing this. I just didn't think. I'm just saying, okay? And if you really don't like it, have a conversation with them. Have a conversation. Say, this was not part of the job description, so can we work something out? It's really just okay to do that. So Friday night rolls around, which Ella thinks is her night off. So she spends it at the house waiting for the host mom to make her dinner.
I text her about 6 p.m. asking when she'd be home. She said about 10 minutes. So I get in the shower, I shower. At this point, the host dad and the host child were home. So I grab my Kindle and I go out to the couch and I hang out with the host child. He's playing, I'm reading. The host dad makes the host child dinner, gives him a bath, and then he's like still playing. At this point, it's like 9 p.m. The host mom is still not home. This is the first instance when my red flag alert immediately started going off. So she comes home a little bit after 9 p.m. I was still reading on the couch, hanging out with the host child. She comes into the living room and proceeds to raise her voice at me. She was not happy that I was sitting there reading. She asked me why the host dad was doing everything, why I wasn't helping him cook dinner, why I didn't bathe him, why I wasn't playing with him, why I wasn't cleaning up his toys, all of these things. And I was just honestly confused. I apologized apologized because that's just what I do. I apologized. I said, I'm sorry. Like, this is maybe a miscommunication. I thought that I had off. You had told me I didn't have to go pick him up from school. I'm sorry. And she kind of just said, like, you need to be paying attention, and then just walked away.
So this is unclear whether or not Ella was actually off the clock and maybe it was a miscommunication. But if you're off the clock but still hanging out with everyone, that is, it's a little bit of a blurry line. Like, it does feel weird to take your time off reading in the middle of the kids' play zone, but I don't know, like maybe we're starting to get into a layer of issues with the host parents now and not just Ella complaining about being expected to do tasks for her job on the days she for sure was on the clock, the TikTok clock.
Spend the day with me living in Milan, Italy. I moved here for 3 months. Right now I'm on the way to brunch with a girl that I've met, so let's go.
So does that warrant the host mom losing her shit? If she did, no. Do I buy that the host mom actually lost her shit? You'll understand my reaction later.
That's the best chocolate ice cream I've ever had. Okay, pistachio.
Also, at this point, it sounds like, according to Ella, that she has done next to zero in helping take care of the child that she was hired to take care of. And maybe, just maybe, the host parents feel like she's almost acting like another child for the parents to have to now parent.
Now I'm on the way to a picnic with like 3 or 4 other girls that I'm meeting. So I'm really excited. That should be fun. I had a delicious lunch. We had an Aperol Spritz. Then I got this like some sort of sandwich. Really good.
Anywho, that night we eat dinner. I cleaned up, and then we had a tablecloth on the table that we didn't have previously. So I asked her. She was sitting on the couch. Table's here. Couch, table. I asked her what I can do with the tablecloth, and she tells me to ask the host dad. I just couldn't understand why she couldn't have just told me what to do with the tablecloth and why I had to go ask the host dad. When the host dad doesn't speak English. Oh my gosh. That was so frustrating for me. Saturday was the day that I just realized I needed to leave. I was not comfortable.
Wait, hold. That's why you left? That's why you snuck out of the house in the middle of the night over a petty ass tablecloth? What Susan, what alternate universe am I living in? That is the reason? This was the scandal, the drama, the sus. Girl, I literally thought you were about to uncover a whole illegal trafficking operation. You mean to tell me that you left your employer in the ditch because you didn't want to tap Google Translate over a tablecloth? At this point, it seems like the host mom is just kind of fed up because her mental load has increased since Ella's arrival. But let's get to Saturday, Ella's final day.
Part 5 of my story time on why and how I had to sneak out of my au pair family's house in Italy. Saturday, April 5th, this day was the day that broke me. I just want to remind everyone that Friday afternoon, Saturday, and Sunday were my days off. I chose to spend it with them that day. We were going to Portofino. They were going to show me around Portofino. So I woke up at 8:15, got ready for the day, and was out and ready to leave by 9. The night before, the host mom had told me we were leaving no later than 9 as it is a 2-hour drive to Portofino and we want to get there early. So she walks out of her room at a little past 9 in her pajamas. She had just gotten out of bed. And honestly, this really really annoyed me because I was tired too. She had me up late the last night. She slept in and I was ready at 9. Okay. I didn't say anything. Of course I didn't.
Girl, of course you didn't, because it's not your place? Like, what do you mean you're scolding the host parents about what time they get out of bed and put on clothes and show up to something, okay? Like, they don't have to take you. They don't have to take you on your little vacation outing here. They don't have to do it. So sometimes we just gotta suck it up. If someone is like 45 minutes later on their day off too, because it sounds like it's their day off too, and they be working hard out here in these Milan streets, I'm just saying, maybe just there's a reason why lips open for words to come out. There's also a reason why lips close. It's easy to do, okay? Let's do it together. When you close them, you don't say dumb. I'm just saying, Okay. Like if you feel like your employer is not communicating the needs of the job well, then yeah, that sucks. That totally sucks. And I can completely understand someone would be like, you know what, this is not the job for me. And like, we're not working out and we just need to cut the losses and I'm just gonna, good luck to you. There also comes a point in life where you have to put the big girl pants on and say something or say nothing and do the job or quit. Professionally quit. I'm gonna put it into Google. Here's Google Translate. This is how easy it is. I just typed it in a few seconds and listen.
Voglio smettere di lavorare.
Like instead of fleeing the night like they were about to abduct you and posting it then all on TikTok for views, maybe, I don't know, just have a conversation. Y'all, this story is so dumb. Okay, that's what we do here. I need light stories in my life right now because things have been hard. I'm just gonna say I've been going through, things have been hard. And so we're just having this giggle, okay? This is not that deep, okay?
She got ready, I dressed the host child, and we left. We got focaccia for lunch, which was really good. This was at about 12. Afterwards, we went to a beach and we sat there for about 3 to 4 hours. So after the beach, we got up, we walked around. This was about 5 p.m. And then host mom decided she wanted to stop at another pretty town. We went there, we walked around a lot. I will say, I was being left with the host child a lot. He's a slow walker, so they were walking way in front of me. And I wasn't gonna just leave the child, so I was walking with him, either holding his hand, or at times I'd pick him up and we'd run to catch up with them. But they were just kind of like ignoring me and just leaving me with him. Again, it was my day off, but I chose to be there with them.
Here's the thing. This is your job. Typically, if an employee goes to their place of employment on their day off, chances are they might have some work tossed their way. Is it right? No. Is it the end of the world? No. Do you have the option of spending your day off literally anywhere else? Yes. I just don't see how this warrants having to escape in the darkness. In the middle of the night, like it's The Handmaid's Tale and they're about to force you to birth the next generation. Who the hell cares anymore?
I do want to say I didn't tell them that I wanted to leave for multiple reasons. One, I felt uncomfortable. I didn't necessarily feel safe. Two, the host dad's job, I'm not gonna say a lot of details. It was something in a field that like made me uncomfortable and kind of made me a little bit scared, and I didn't know how she would react. I decided that I just needed to get out of the house. I felt super trapped.
Now I'm intrigued. The mom had her work some on her day off that she chose to spend with her bosses, and the dad apparently has a dark and mysterious job that makes her feel uncomfortable and maybe even unsafe. Pray thee tell.
We get stuck in massive standstill traffic. I was exhausted, so I fall asleep in the car, and then the host mom wakes me up, and she turns around, she raises her voice again, and starts telling me that I need to be reading to the host child, I need to be teaching him English, interacting with him, and again, paying attention. At this point, again, I was just so tired. I had a massive headache. I just wanted to get out of there. By the time I got home, it was around 11:20. That night is the night that I packed everything back up. And then in the morning, as y'all saw, I left. I just needed to get out. And that's my reasoning to why I had to leave. I want to thank everyone that has been supportive of me in choosing to leave, to trust my gut. That was my story, my experience. I hope you all enjoyed.
Thanks for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. Like and subscribe.
I'm gonna go take a nap. Can you 2-year-olds take care of yourselves? Just like don't go near the stove.
Yes, there's validity in that work-life balance that has been skewed, and the corporations take advantage of their employees a lot. And when you literally live where you work, those boundaries can be really difficult to navigate. But this is the worst case of quiet quitting I've ever seen. Like the lack of accountability, the inability to own the decision to leave, and then painting it to the internet as a scary situation you had to escape from when all they're doing is literally asking you to do the job that you applied for. That is a bit unhinged. And the backlash was, basically, as you might expect, Ella has the comments all turned off now, but that was just the beginning of the conversation. Obvi, people were not happy with Ella's attitude. Why did I say that? So it was like, obvi. They didn't like Ella's attitude, okay?
The host mom yelling at you was a sufficient enough excuse to leave. We didn't need the rest. We didn't need all the exposition. We didn't need to hear about the language barrier with the dad. We didn't need you implying something strange about his line of work. You didn't need to tell us that you were confused about why the host mother went to work. Or I guess that their house wasn't spacious enough and you felt trapped. We didn't need any of that. Because all of that is annoying and a you problem. But the mom yelling at you, that's unacceptable. I would have done an about face and left as well. Would I have made a 30-part series about it with every unnecessary detail about how you were woefully unprepared to go on this trip and be an au pair? No.
Now, the backlash ultimately prompted a follow-up video.
I kind of just want to clear a few things up, because I have a lot of people coming at me right now. So first, I just wanted to say, when I posted that video, I had a little over 1,000 followers. I did not expect anything to come from it, maybe get 500 views, 1,000 views, and it's now almost 17 million views. And when I posted that video, like, it has no context. There's nothing, like, I don't say why I'm sneaking out. I don't say what's happening. Like, I'm literally sneaking out and then in the airport for the whole video. So there's like nothing, I don't know why it took off like it has, but so many people have just made up their own story in their heads. And then when they asked for a story time and I told my story time, it didn't match up with their story in their head. And so they were mad about it. So I'm sorry that you guys made up a story in your head and it didn't match up with what actually happened, but I wasn't gonna lie and say something that didn't happen. I told you what happened. I told you I was uncomfortable and didn't feel safe, so that's why I left.
Ah, yes, the classic non-apology apology. I'm sorry if my piss-poor, overly dramatic communication made it seem like something nefarious was going on, presenting myself as a lost, privileged woman in a foreign country that literally needed to escape a dark, twisted house that apparently imprisoned me against my will, hence my constant use of the word escape. That's just all you peasants' fault for caring about my well-being in a situation that was actually not threatening. I just didn't like the fact that Italians didn't appease my expectations that they speak English in Italy, and that the host mom doesn't like her job and likes it even less when I, in fact, do not do my job, which they hired me to do, because that makes me uncomfortable. But that's not all. Ella made sure to leave with this one more tidbit to piss off the good people of the Clock app.
So I just wanted to clear that up. I also just want to say that I have had a job ever since I've been old enough to have a job. And then before that, I was a babysitter. I've never not had a job until now. So I think I'm just taking a little bit of a break. But I do like a job for like the routine aspect. So we'll see what happens.
I'm sorry, what was that? What was that? She doesn't actually have to work. She's taking a break. How charming. In this economy, how charming, okay? When I know the definition of having to show up and do work, even when literally everything feels like it's falling apart. Yeah, I can speak to that very clearly in this exact moment right now. Hi, I have my work face on because holy shit. Am I holding things together by tiny little threads in the background? But yeah, so honestly, so much of the story comes down to Ella's lack of communication and being completely unprofessional from the moment she landed, in my opinion. And you know she has something to say about that.
Also say that I did send the host mom a text as soon as I got to the airport and as soon as I felt safe. I sent her a text. I explained that I didn't appreciate the way she was talking to me. I didn't feel comfortable in the house. Thank you to everyone that's been so nice and supportive of me. That really means a lot. Yeah.
Oh, that was so anticlimactic. I just... Okay, yeah, so after she runs away, then she lets her boss know that she had a problem. But here's the thing, some people out there do have life skills, and those skills include tracking down the original job listing and comparing it with Ella's story. TikTok delivereth the teeth, okay?
Breaking down with on TikTok today, au pair sneaking out, Italy, drama explained. I'm drunk. It's 3 a.m. I already posted part 1 of the white boy ready from the girls' pub and that drama. But I the family. I found their profile. I am on it right now. I signed up to be an au pair. I used to be a nanny, actually. So this girl was actually in the wrong. I work as a strategic project manager in a food company. So good food is always an important part of our home. My husband, blank, is often away on weekends due to military commitments. So having extra pair of hands, especially in the afternoons and evenings, would be very helpful.
Hold the on. You're telling me the husband works for the military? That's the job you spoke sideways about? The military, Ella.
The host dads job. I'm not gonna say a lot of details. It was something in a field that like made me uncomfortable and kind of made me a little bit scared.
Ella, who was just sprinkling these little Italian crumbs. Okay, don't call them ciabatta because ciabatta actually means slipper. They were spreading these little breadcrumbs around the plate. This little focaccia around. Is focaccia bread or cheese? I am so scrambled in my brain right now. There's just the crumbs on the plate. She's just putting these little crumbs instead of getting to the pasta, okay? We're talking about this man's job like he's a boss, and you mean to tell me he's literally serving his country and that the mom is a project manager at a corporate gig? This is what you're running from?
This girl in her videos was like, oh my God, the dad, he works such a scary job. That's why I didn't want to like confront them. And then she was always complaining about the whole dinner. Like, why is he making food? These people, after I read their profile, they are like health people. Like, they love to cook. They pre-made the meals. This girl had the fucking easiest job ever. Your main responsibilities during the weekdays will be, so this is where the girl, she goes, I had Fridays off and the weekends off and afternoons off. This girl did not read the job description the way she should have. So she goes,
I love, number one, this girl's energy. I don't know anything about her. We just came across this content. I love her energy. She's giving about as much cares in this story as I can at this point. Y'all, I know you feel it the same with me right now. Susan, are we on the same page? We are. This might be Susan right here. I don't know. But I love the energy, but I also love the receipts, okay? I love the reading of the actual job description.
Accompanying blank child to school in the morning and picking him up at 6 p.m. except Friday at 4 p.m. So that's how I knew this was the same person. So playing with him in the afternoons until dinner, which the girl did not do, and she complained about that.
Wild. I'm still tripping that you had like 9.5 hours, if my math is right. I don't even know anymore. You're like, I suck at math, y'all. You had 9.5 hours to just be in Milan, Italy. You got free room and board. You just gotta play with a child for like 2 hours.
Assisting with dinner, bath time, and bedtime routine, which the girl was like, why am I doing bath time? Girl.
Oh, wild. The bath time, bedtime routine is literally in the job description. What are we talking about? So this whole time, the whole world is supposed to take your TikTok story where you provided 0 receipts. The easiest thing would have been, you guys saw the wedding makeup scam video thing that I did, like the one of the last uploads. Such an entertaining story. If you haven't watched that one, please do watch it. And the girl, she brings so many receipts. It is riveting. I was locked in. And she brought the receipts. So literally, if you're gonna do this story time and be like, I wasn't supposed to be doing the bath time, then please provide the job description receipts for people so they can see that instead of people roasting you on TikTok. And now you're very thoroughly cooked because she's reading the things, assuming she's reading the actual accurate ones, of course. But it literally says bath time, bedtime routine.
Oh, the job description was right here. In addition to childcare, we asked your help with some light daily household tasks. She was like, what?
She got the same energy I do. She's screaming, I'm screaming, we're all screaming.
They expect me to like lift a finger. I'm here on vacation. Girl.
I love it. I'm gonna be honest, I still can't get over this like didn't feel safe comment about the dad's very scary job. And so, okay, I took a step back. Maybe a military person can be intimidating. Like, I don't know if he's like showing up in uniform. I don't know if he's got like a weapon. I don't know. I'm not going to assume that about them. Probably not. But you never know. People got all these, wild conspiracy stories. Maybe there is more to this. And then I fucking saw this.
Now we're getting into what we do in our free time. As a family, we love to make the most of our free time by engaging in a variety of activities. Traveling is one of our biggest passions, and we already have exciting trips planned to Portofino. That's where that girl went with them. Naples, Amalfi Coast. Are you in Salteno? If you'd like, you are more than welcome to join us on these adventures and explore some of the most beautiful places in Italy. Thermal spa, staying active is important to us, so we have arranged a free spa and gym pass, 1 per month for our au pair, allowing you to relax and enjoy some well-deserved self-care time. Another important aspect of our lifestyle is our flexible diet. We eat a lot of vegetables. I like to maintain a balanced diet. These people are skinny and fit as like, I want to be them. They're all hot. Both of them are hot. And we're going to get into the scary job of this man had. He literally is just like a personal trainer for the and this girl's like, I'm scared of his job. Girl, she's a strategist marketing girly, and he is a personal trainer.
The man is a fitness trainer for the military. What is he gonna tell you to do, Ella? Is he gonna tell you to drop and give me 20 if you don't burp the baby? It wouldn't matter anyways because you wouldn't understand him because he don't speak American. So, I mean, I guess, Now, it wouldn't be a proper Suspool experience without Ella posting one more follow-up video.
I'm still getting so many questions on whether I reached out to the family, whether they reached out back to me. So I wanted to answer some more questions. Yes, as soon as I got to the airport and I felt safe, I sent them a long text. I explained myself. I explained I didn't like the way she was talking to me. I explained I didn't feel comfortable or safe. And I wished them well and told them that I was on my way home. After a few hours, she sent me a long message back. I'm not gonna share any of that with you guys because it's honestly none of your business.
Oh, how convenient. She literally posted a full escape video and 700-part TikTok series making it everyone's damn business, but the moment your actions finally met your consequences, now we're gonna keep it private and say it's none of anyone's business. In a video where you're telling people you got a message, making it still everyone's damn business. I hate it here. Let's hear how Ella wraps it all up, shall we?
I'm also getting a lot of people telling me that I'm privileged. And yes, if privilege means having a roof over my head, I'm privileged to stay with my parents, to have my stomach full at each meal, then yes, I'm privileged. But my parents don't buy me anything. I pay for my own flights, my own clothing, my own yummy special drinks that I go get at Starbucks or Dunkin'. They don't give me things like that, and I'm grateful for that because I've learned to work and earn it for myself. So yeah.
I think I might spontaneously fucking combust. Somebody get me the fuck out of here, okay? Someone send flotation devices before we all sink. God bless her. Ella, bless your heart. Go live a wonderful, beautiful life. Enjoy that privilege, okay? It sounds fun. Sounds wonderful. But literally, your parents are paying for the roof over your head, the food in your belly, and maybe probably likely the car that you're sitting in, therefore saving you thousands of dollars per month so that you can buy these sugar-laden caloric monstrosities at Starbucks every day and make TikToks to try to feel more comfortable. And this is literally the living, breathing definition of privilege in this economy. So enjoy that as you, I don't know, rocket to space, or I need to rocket to space because apparently this world is simply not ready for you. Okay, Susperians, time to step out of the dark waters of the Suspool, grab a towel and dry off. That's what I got. What do you think of this wild story? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear what you have to think. Have you ever just quit a job like this? Have you ever just like left in the middle of like the night of an employer and like not communicated with them and like, I just... Let me know. If you want to hear more stories like this, be sure to subscribe to this channel and tickle the like button for more. Also, make sure, a lot of you come back week after week and watch these videos and you think you're subscribed, but you actually aren't. So double check, make sure you are subscribed, okay? Subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Let me know in the comments if you have any stories that you would like to dip into. I always am looking for topic requests for the chaos. You can also, of course, grab your very own pieces from the Suspool collection, and the Valid Ribcage and Unbroken collection are restocked. I designed the Suspool collection to have some fun while we dip into the Suspool of life. And I know you're gonna love them as much as I do. And also the Valid Ribcage is just like, again, my favorite piece that I have ever created. And so many of you have been loving it and telling me how much it means to you. And it just means so much to me. So the restocks are all there. Please make sure to tag me with your outfit photos if you do post on Instagram so that I can share them on my stories. I love doing that. Also, follow me on Instagram. I am working towards a goal of 150,000 followers over there. Okay, so I can be a real influencer. You can also find me on Twitter and now Bluesky. All of those are linked below. That's where I post most often. I share very unfiltered thoughts, and I also announce opportunities to have your thoughts featured in my deep dives on my main channel, Swoop. I do have a brand new full deep dive Swoop documentary out on my main channel. It's linked below and in the pinned comment. I, of course, recommend that you give it a watch after this. A huge thank you to our channel members. I appreciate you all so much. I hope you're enjoying the stickers. I love seeing you when you guys use the stickers in the comments. And also a big thank you to our Patreon members. We have been growing so much on Patreon, and I just could not be more excited. I love our Patreon community so much. You can join Patreon right now for exclusive access to 4 more videos per month. Yes, you heard me right, okay? Rain or shine, Italian or English, I am posting 4, I mean, they're in English, but you know, I'm posting 4 additional videos per month, including the exclusive Patreon only podcast, the after school specials, and all of the uncensored, unfiltered content and my thoughts that I just can't post on this platform. I love that for us, so be sure to join us. That's also linked below. Also, divertirmoci. Let's have fun. Be sure to join me in learning something new with Babbel and start speaking a new language in just 3 weeks. Click my link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen to get 60% off your Babbel subscription and treat yourself to new experiences and new memories and a new language. You deserve it, honey. Thanks for coming for a swim. Have a good day out there. Keep it creepy, keep it cute, and I'll see you next time in the Suspool. Swoop!